They talk about the moderators. Because the past couple of camps, it's been a lot of Jakes on the comment boards. Got a lot of Edomites too on the comment boards. Just scoffing and talking shit. Mocking themselves, for judgment and whatnot. But it is what it is. So, hopefully if you want to, bro.
All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Before we begin, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by CHAAZAQ GABAR. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, teach us daily. To the few sisters out there watching, we want to say shalom. To the brothers out there teaching likewise doctrine, we want to say shalom. We understand that there's a bunch of scoffers out there, and all y'all doing is fulfilling y'all lots. Y'all thinking y'all taking personal attacks at us, but no, but you're not. You're taking attacks at the Lord and His Word and the men that He sent. So when you launch little personal attacks on us, you ain't hurting us. You playing with your own blood. We here for your sake, trying to save you. But if you don't want to take heed, hey, you proving why you are a scoffer. That's what you're doing. Because spiritually, you reject the Lord. And this is how it manifests itself, through scoffing and mocking. So you ain't playing with our blood, you playing with your own, homie. And guess what? Your feelings ain't gonna get you on that chariot. So I suggest y'all come out your little girly ass feelings and man up. If you're an Israelite man, and accept this truth for what it is, and do what you got to do to get it out of here alive, instead of getting your feelings. Because the main ones getting their feelings, they probably heathens anyway. So we don't give two shits about you heathens no way. So you can scoff, that's your lot.
And there ain't nobody tripping as well, because you ain't doing nothing but fulfilling prophecy, letting us know that, hey, we in the last days. Even though it's always been scoffers, but today, there's so many scoffers out here, it's ridiculous, and all y'all doing is proving prophecy right. Proving the scriptures was right the whole time. This is 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of His coming? And I hear that all the time. Where's your sky daddy at? Ain't nobody coming down to save y'all. That's because y'all wasn't blessed with the gift of faith, man.
Right.
Y'all wasn't blessed with the gift of faith. You was set up as a 2/3, unless the Most High had mercy on you and wake you up to this thing. But the way things are looking right now, a lot of the brothers all woke up, man. It's still people waking up to know who Esau is. Because there's a lot of videos floating around now that, hey, a lot of people, they got this wife for 10 thing going. They getting really fed up with Esau. Fed up with Esau. I'm going to finish reading this. And saying, where is the promise of His coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. Y'all been saying this for thousands of years and it ain't never come to pass. But this is the thing. We tell the signs have been spoken of by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for a long time now. And these signs have been coming to pass. But this is the thing. This is what I tell people all the time. The signs are happening all at one time now. They're not scattered abroad this time. They're all happening on a rapid scale, man. Just back to back to back. 1 week go by, just like that, then some more things is happening. Then another week go by, then some more things is happening. You got Edomites out here going back to the old days, hanging jakes now. So we living in the real serious time. And y'all want to sit up here and scoff and play around, but that's fine. Like the brother said, you're putting the target on your back, and you putting your blood on your own hands, man.
Yeah, that's your blood you're playing with. I got a question for the scoffers. If y'all don't believe, why y'all getting scared? Because you gotta fear something to get you. Okay, if you don't believe, that's fine. Don't watch the video. But if you don't believe and watch the video anyway, why are you watching the video if you don't believe? Just to scoff? Guess what? You are feeling your lot by scoffing instead of taking heed. Because when you watch videos, you can only do one of two things. You can take it seriously and sincerely, or you can mock and scoff. So the mockers and scoffers are proving that they are mockers and scoffers. And the Lord said that once we bring out this word, it's going to bring out your true intent. This right here is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So this truth gonna bring out what's really inside your ass. You can't fake faith. You can't. I know a lot of Christians think they can. Could they say, I believe? Guess what? Faith comes with works, baby. You can't just get a Lord lip service like cheese and rice and think you in there. No. You got to come with true sincerity. That's the only way to get the Lord's attention. If not, you marking yourself for destruction, because the Lord knows that you are really playing with it. That's what y'all don't understand. This is not cheese and rice y'all playing with. Y'all can play with us all you want to. We don't have the power to deliver or judge you. But guess what? The Lord does. And who you think the Lord is going to favor? Us or the scoffers?
Talking about start reading out of that book and tell us how you really feel.
That's not the job.
We coming out of this, man. We got to come out of the scriptures, because the scriptures bring out the true intent of everyone that's around, if you sincere or not, like the brother said. This is Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them, man.
Exactly.
So that's why we come out these scriptures, because the will of the Father is for us to come out of these scriptures, speak clearly out of the oracles of God, man. And that's how we coming. And no, we giving you our own understanding. That's the scriptures say, lean not on your own understanding, man. You know, you get destroyed in your own craft like that, real quick.
And we know why they do that. We know why they don't want us to read out of this Bible. Because the word condemns them of their sins, number one. And number two, they want us to speak our own opinion so they can try to trap us up in our own words. Yep. That's not the job. If you want opinions, you go to church. That's why we out here and not in a church. Because these are two separate entities. You got the churches of Babylon, we're speaking lies. And then you got the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is speaking truth. So in essence, you want us to spew lies to make you feel better. Because of the fact you probably are 2/3. And you want your ego stroked, you want to feel better. You want us to prophesy the seats, so you won't feel as guilty about your sins. That's not going to happen. We're going to call it like we see it. We're going to read these scriptures and apply them accordingly. And if you fall in that group, oh well, sound like you need to get your shit together.
We tell y'all time and time again about them churches, man. Speaking of church, I got a little story that I'm gonna bring out, you know, here in a second. But we tell you time and time again that these Babylonian whorehouses that y'all call churches, that's mostly, and you Blacks, Latinos, and Native American neighborhoods, that the Most High doesn't dwell there, man. It's built by temples were made by man's hands, and that's not where the Spirit is dwelling, man. The Most High does not dwell there. This is Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwell not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophets. The church is being built by the men of the Lord on the highways and hedges, the elect man. Lord willing, we are that man. The church is being built like that on these highways and hedges, you know. But speaking of these churches, I was at work, and this Edomite coming there, he ordered something. And he's just out of nowhere, he asked me, you know, do you believe in the new covenant? He asked me about it. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, I believe in the covenant. So he followed me down to the end, and he like, you know, we're in it right now, right? And I'm like, how we in the new covenant? I didn't even mean to get off on even at work like that, but the Spirit just came over me. It wasn't nobody really there, and he asked the question. You know, so I told him why we wasn't in the new covenant. I'm like, if we was in the new covenant, everybody from the small to the least to the greatest would know the Father and the Son. Right. We would have the laws, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts. We will not be out here sinning, and we damn sure wouldn't be having Esau foot in our neck right now. Right. We wouldn't be subject to payments right now. You know, we'd be ruling right now in the kingdom.
If we was in the new covenant, you wouldn't have been at work. You wouldn't have been at no job.
Exactly. If we was in a new covenant, I damn sure wouldn't be walking. I'd be somewhere on the chariot.
Exactly.
Flying.
These people lost their mind.
Man, they be tripping out here, man. But that's the mindset of the Christians. They think they know the scriptures, but they don't read. They have no faith. They still believe that a rapture is getting ready to happen this month. A lot of y'all about to lose that little piece of faith, that so-called faith that you had.
Yeah.
When you find out that the Lord ain't coming back to do no laundry, man. And this is another thing. I was talking to my rib about it. It was just a little weird question, but it made sense to me as I thought about it. It came across my mind. The Most High, if a rapture gonna happen, right? He leave that corruptible material that you call clothing on the ground, but then take your corrupted flesh.
Right.
That don't make no sense.
You haven't been changed. The laws haven't been put in your inward parts. That's not biblical.
The flesh can't even withstand the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Exactly.
So how the hell is your whole body gonna get took out of some clothes and raptured up and still see the Most High and live? Come on, man.
I got this right here. This is Hebrews chapter 8, and it's telling you about the covenant. And we'll start at verse 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, there should be no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in the covenant, I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. Key word, we ain't past those days yet. Saith the Lord, I will put my laws in their mouth, them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest. Second covenant. Y'all wouldn't be arguing about peas and rice exist, because you would know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai exists. It wouldn't be no Buddhas. It wouldn't be none of these other false idols y'all worship, because y'all would know. The Lord would prove it by his coming and by putting us in the second covenant, in the new covenant. It wouldn't be up to speculation. It wouldn't be up to guesswork. Everybody on the planet will know who the Israelites are and who the true and living power is, and the true name of the Son. All this debate shit will be out the window. We're not in the new covenant yet, because of the fact we're still in these human bodies under Esau.
And still being persecuted
by
Esau.
Exactly. So if we are in the new covenant, I can't tell, which I know we're not. I'm just being facetious. But y'all got to stop being so simple, man, and believing everything these lying as pastors tell you, and then you repeat it like a 3-year-old toddler.
We wake up in captivity first, and then eventually that new covenant will be given unto us, man. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. You're starting to see Issachar, Manasseh. You're starting to see a lot of the northern kingdoms come on Facebook and on Twitter and all these social media websites proclaiming that they know now. They're talking about how they seeing the so-called blacks in America, who represents Judah, going out there on the four corners of the earth and on these highways and hedges preaching, and they need to get on that bandwagon too. Our people are waking up. It says in the land of their captivity, they should remember themselves and shall know that I am the Lord their God, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the ways of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then, they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land, and they will, and that I have given them. You see that? So we're gonna be giving back our land, and we will not be diminished forever, man. We're gonna be straight. These other nations, they're gonna have a foot in our neck no more. Right now, they still got their foot in our neck.
Yep.
But that's ended. You see what's happening in America? Everything is circling the drain. It's getting worse every day. These Edomites, or you want to call them Egyptians, they flipping out. You know, I seen the Jake talking about he a trucker. He was talking about the ports. How right now we in a time where it's a time called peak season for the holiday season. And he said he went to go pick up, you know, his load, which usually would take an hour or some change because the ports be full of trucks and everybody picking up their stuff. He said he got in and out. He said it was nothing out there. So y'all forget that the ports are still in trouble.
Yeah.
Y'all forgetting that. And he said the ports are empty right now.
It's not just the ports. It's these 30 plus countries who decided to stop shipping to the United States because of your president and his government. So this president is intentionally destroying foreign relations. So you can't blame him for why you ain't eating. But it is his fault. You know why? Because the Lord put it on his spirit to do this to America, because it's time for America to go. This is not just Trump. I mean, it is Trump, but at the same time, it's the Lord. Y'all gotta remember that the Lord is putting it on this man's spirit to destroy the United States from within. So don't give too much credit to Esau. He's not that smart.
All the times this America has fucked over so many different countries, man. And when the time comes for that recompense that the Lord gonna put that spirit on these people, they not gonna in America be trying to be peaceful and shit. These other nations ain't gonna be hearing that, man.
No.
This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make a deal to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. These other nations are going to get fed up. You throwing them tariffs on them, going over there bombing their land, killing their people, taking their resources.
Defending the small hats.
Yeah, just understand that the tables are slowly turning, man. And you're going to start seeing extreme type shit happening in America. Eventually you're gonna start seeing car bombings. You're gonna start seeing all types of stuff unfolding here in America. And it's getting to a boiling point to where that civil war is starting to take place, man.
Yep.
You got Democrats against the Republicans, you know, the Edomites against Jake. It's building up. And it's getting that blackhead is getting to a head, man. And ain't nothing but pus gonna shoot out that bad boy.
Yep. I got this scripture right here. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them that destroy the earth. Who destroys the earth? United States and Israel, all day. They can't stop, because the Lord got them in a very particular position right now. Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump, they have to keep wars going to stay out of jail. Because long as we're in a wartime situation, long as there's a declaration of war declared or a state of national emergency declared, the sitting president gets to stay in office. So in order to stay in office, they got to keep wars going. You see how the Lord got them in a quagmire pretty much? To stay out of jail, they got to keep wars going. Now, how long you think these other nations going to take these pointless wars before they rise up and do something about those that destroy the earth? Mm-hmm. These other nations, see, These other nations are playing chess. Only Israel and America are playing checkers. These other nations are coming together to destroy Babylon strategically. You don't have to pull a gun to destroy somebody. You can kill them softly. And one thing they're doing by killing the United States softly is cutting off their supply chain. That's a war tactic that they use in the military. When your enemy outnumbers you, you cut their supply chain. But when you outnumber them, you just rush in and just kill them all. And it ain't no coincidence that I think either earlier this week or last week, they spotted some Russian ships and Chinese ships and subs right there in the water, right there in the ocean. See, y'all think these oceans are protecting y'all. Now, this is the city with no walls, referred to in the scriptures. You don't have any physical protection. That ocean is not protecting you. If anything, that ocean is hiding nuclear subs that you can't see with the naked eye. And they don't even have to be that close to hit the United States because they have intercontinental ballistic missiles. Mm-hmm. These missiles can go from continent to continent. They don't have to be at your front door to light you up. That's what the United States is underestimating. And they ain't telling you this in the news because Babylon wants to give the impression that they're the strongest, the most fearless. That ain't the case. How are you the strongest and you the fearless when you are severely outmanned and outgunned? China has the largest military on the face of the earth as far as soldiers. The United States ain't ready for China alone, let alone China and the other BRICS nations. And you depending on your technology to save you, Babylon? No. Because guess what? All your drones, they can be easily grounded with the EMP. So without physical men, soldiers, to fight your wars, you are severely undermanned against 40 plus nations that hate your ass. So yeah, you done.
And a lot of you Americans are done too. Because it's gonna come into their mind, come over here. It's gonna be put in their mind to come over. You already got sleeper cells here, like I said before. But it's gonna get to a point to where it's gonna come in their mind. And they're gonna come over here on a whole nother level, man.
Yep.
And y'all security, y'all gonna get caught slipping in this thing, man. This is Ezekiel 38:10. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. Mm-hmm. I will go to them that are at rest. You are dealing safely, y'all think everything okay.
Yep.
Not paying attention, you going out here looking for fun, while all these things are taking place right underneath your nose. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, and dwell in the midst of the land. See, a lot of you finna be prey as well. A lot of you, you chicken head women.
Oh yeah.
You little prideful ass women, y'all finna be a lot of prey to these men that's coming over here.
Yep.
A lot of you jakes as well, walking over here fruity in the tootie. They think, hey, y'all finna be a prey, man. And a lot of you that's not tutti fruity. You're gonna have a lot of them cats that's tutti fruity over there because they picked up that vibration from America. And they gonna come over here, they gonna wanna run the train on you, man.
Y'all better get y'all mind right, man, because we coming into a time where you really gonna have to keep your head on the swivel if you're an Israelite, because spiritually, these Edomites are throwing global temper tantrums like children. They want us to be to blame so bad. They gonna take it as far as treating us as if we were guilty by hanging 5 innocent Israelite men. Hanging them. One of them, like the elder said, had 2 broken arms and a broken leg. But at the same time, after all that, he hung himself.
Yeah.
They ruling all these suicides. So we know what's going on. Because what nation has a history of lynching? Edom.
Yeah.
Jake don't hang himself. Jake too strong for that. Jake gonna bounce back from anything. It's Esau, low self-esteem, having ass. That's his first option is suicide. He's gonna put that revolver to his head. He gonna take out the family. He gonna kill the dog. He gonna burn the house down, and then he gonna kill himself. Jake ain't that weak. We gonna persevere because we know that committing suicide is a sin. It's not on Jake's spirit to take his own life, but it's on Esau's spirit to take innocent blood any day, all day. So we know who did this, and guess what? They gonna pay for it too. Y'all ain't getting away with shit just because Esau will not punish you in his courts. That doesn't mean you escape judgment. And we told y'all about Esau and his courtrooms anyway. When you go up in there, that's not a judge. That's an Edomite in a black robe. Because the proof of that came out this week. Because a judge in South Carolina just got arrested for purchasing child-based material. I'm gonna put it like that. So that further proves my point that I made the other week. You think a pedophile judge is gonna give a pedophile a just sentence? No. That's what's going on in your courts right now. You got pedophiles judging pedophiles. You got murderers judging murderers. What did that quote say on that meme? It said, you will never have justice in a land where the laws are made by criminals.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So don't expect justice from Esau, because Esau is not just. This man that came over here, raped, robbed, murdered, and then he gonna establish himself as the voice of reason, the voice of justice. Man, shut your goof ass up. Ain't nobody buying into that no more. And you can tell he's unrighteous and unfit to rule by the unrighteous decrees he brings forth. Without due process. He calling everybody else illegal. When he entered this country in the most illegal way. Rape, rob, murder.
1492.
Exactly. But these people coming into this country lawfully with documentation. You ICE animals don't give a fuck. Y'all still rounding them up as if they were nothing. So that shows us right there that you are unfit judges. You don't follow your own laws. So what you think the Lord gonna do to an unfit judge? What you think? Because you have created a lot of imbalance. And a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. So what you think he gonna do to your off-balance ass, Esau? Y'all finna get it. And I ain't trying to sugarcoat it. And I don't want to sugarcoat it. The Lord finna come down here and put a foot up in y'all ass that y'all ain't gonna never forget. And I would say it's well deserved. And I don't care how many Edomites come on the comment board with your emotions. Because guess what? Putting your emotions on that comment board is not gonna get you out of your judgment. So you can do that all you want to. And it don't matter what they do to us. We care not for our lives. We don't give a damn about this life in Babylon. All we want to see is Esau and the nation of Edom get what they got coming. And hey, if judgment come to us, it'll be worth it. Just to see your ass get what you deserve. And there's no way of you talking your way out of this. You can't spin this. You are guilty as sin. Go ahead, brother. Got something.
That's why we always tell it like you jakes that's out there holding hands with Esau right now. These cats out here hanging these jakes, and you think you might want to remove far away from these Edomites, man. Don't go in the woods with them. Don't go do nothing
no
with them.
No fishing, man. No hunting.
You
no.
Know, because these people hate you in the spirit, man. Even though they act like they like you and they dealing with you, they hate you, man. This is Psalms 59 and 2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord, but because they hate you, man. It's in their spirit that they hate you. And there's been a lot of comments going around where people actually like, this is more than just a race thing. It's something deeper here.
It's spiritual.
It's a spiritual thing. These people been hating us straight out of the womb, man.
The Lord put indemnity between us for a reason. For all of these prophecies to come to pass. You have been chosen to be the bad guy in the Lord's movie. Going back to Genesis. No, neither one of these children did any good or evil. But for the Lord's purpose, roughly paraphrasing. So you didn't do nothing wrong, Esau. You were just created to be the bad guy in the Lord's movie. And you're going to be judged accordingly. We were chosen to be the good guys, but we had to learn our lesson. The Lord used you to teach us a lesson. To not be like you, basically. Because that's what got us in this in the first place. We are chasing after doing the deeds of the other nations and the other heathens. We want to be like other nations. When the Lord created us to be different. We weren't trying to hear that. So the Lord used you to punish us. That's why the Israelites are the only ones that's catching hell right now. Because we were the only ones given the laws. We did not obey those laws. So the Lord used you, Esau, to punish us. You notice how the other 17 nations are not going through hell because they were not given the laws. Now, a consequence for not following the Lord's laws is getting put into a hellish condition. These other nations are not in hellish conditions because they were not under the laws. That's why a Moabite can bite the head off a live squid and get up and go to work the next day. Shit, let us try that shit. We gonna end up in ICU some goddamn well. Because we were given the laws. These other nations were not given the laws. That's why there is no consequence to them for breaking the laws, because it wasn't given to them in the first place. That's why Edomite can go out here and murder and go to church on Sunday with a clear conscience. But if Jake try to murder, I promise you a swift recompense is coming his way because he's under the laws. So yeah, you other nations, y'all ain't under the laws right now, but guess what? Y'all about to be, and y'all gonna be beaten into submission. Thus says the Lord, thus says the Bible.
And that's why we gotta get rid of this man. Point blank period. The way this world is ruled right now, this man Esau, he's the wicked, and that's why everything is completely turned upside down. You know, this it was a scripture I just had. Is this the man that caused here it is. This is Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? What nation of people did this? Go around bombing all these different places. Went over there bombing Moab, bombing Kazakhstan, bombing Turkey, you know, bombing all these different places, Iraq, you know, and the whole world is paying for it now, especially America. All the people is mourning. Don't nobody want to deal with us no more. You know, that's because the wicked is bearing rule in this kingdom right now. You know, this is Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And as you look around every single day now, everybody's mourning. They can't pay their bills. They can't eat. You know, I seen the Edomite crying like a motherfucker. I can't eat. I want to eat.
Oh, yeah.
You've been eating. We ain't been able to eat like we wanted to eat Look how big he was. Hell yeah, he eating good.
I think I saw the video. Same dude, he red in the face.
Yeah.
Snot nose.
He was
somebody, he
snot bubbles.
He had a painting company he just lost. And he was trying to leave for his kids.
Yeah.
Trying to tell us we need all people to come together. No. See, this is Esau right here. This is his victim. This is how he victimizes himself. He'll dog out all the other nations, right? And laugh at them in their face. Saying empathy is for the weak. But then when he gets in that situation, he wants everybody to come together to save his kingdom. And we just supposed to forget how you dogged us out, how you murdered our people, how you intentionally created unrighteous decrees to keep you in a good place and keep us on the low, keep us in a low space. You ain't gonna forget that. We just gonna put all that to the side and come to the front line to help you save your kingdom, so you can continue to dog us out. Is that the logic? Did I miss anything?
Man. and that's the thing. And Jake finna figure this out real soon when it's too late. Because this Esau, Trump, he's making laws right now to where they're gonna be fucking with you, Jake, at the airports. Yep. You ain't gonna be able to travel like that no more, Jake. They're coming out with all these different laws.
Yeah.
You know, bringing back, guillotines and shit like that. All these things that happened to these Jakes that recently got hung, those are precursors to what's getting ready to happen again.
Yeah.
What was in the old days is going to happen again in this time. And then we're going to go back into the original order of things. Mm-hmm. The original order of things, the way things were supposed to be. Without this damn pig running around destroying everything.
Yep. See, y'all better learn. Y'all finna learn. Because Trump, he doing some shit right now. They spinning this Charlie Kirk thing, and they squeezing it for what it's worth. Remember, never let a good crisis go to waste. Now they saying that, and this is a one-way law. This is not for every citizen. They saying if you come with hate speech, the government can come after you. Okay, Charlie Kirk was spewing hate speech for years and lies. Nobody came after him. See, when she says anybody speaking hate speech, the government gonna come after you, that translates to truth. If you speak any truth, the government is coming after you. This is what Pam Bondi said, which goes against the Constitution, because all speech is protected by your First Amendment, whether somebody disagrees with it or not. Because think about it, if somebody disagrees, if somebody agrees with what you're saying, it doesn't need any protection from a law. But if somebody disagrees with you, that's where your First Amendment protection comes in at. They trying to spin that. They trying to blur the definition of free speech and hate speech when they created this term hate speech, but even that is protected under the First Amendment. So when Pam Bondi says that they coming after anybody that spews hate speech, she meant to say we coming after anybody who speaks truth.
Yep. Because truth is the new hate speech out here.
Exactly.
You can't tell the truth without somebody hating. You tell the truth nowadays, they say you hate it. It's just simple as that. That's how the world is done, upside down.
Yeah, and that's part of that. That's part of that construct. Whereas these people have been conditioned to go against what doesn't benefit them. So they're gonna criminalize it. They're gonna demonize truth. This is what the devil does. That's why this is an upside down kingdom. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Woe to thee that call evil good and good evil. They're calling truth evil. And woe means destruction.
And ultimately it's going that so-called truth that the brother talking about, that everybody's whistleblowing, that's going to eventually kind of get swept under the rug, and then the real truth, they're going to start trying to condemn that. They're going to start trying to condemn that, and then that family of the word going to come out, man. And when that family of the word come out, them judgments gonna follow, because now y'all can't get no more warnings. The warnings are going to cease to exist in that time, and y'all gonna be thirsty for that water, man, and you ain't gonna be able to take a sip of it. That's why we be telling y'all need to drink of this cup right now.
They don't. You know? They don't want the spring water.
No, they don't.
They want the.
They want that hard.
They want that water out the Ohio River that the church keep giving them, keep making them drink. That's not the living water. That water gonna kill you the quickest. That water from the Ohio River that you keep getting from the church, that's what y'all drinking. That water is filled with all kind of shit. And it's just a matter of time before you drop dead. So you need to stop drinking that water that the pastor is giving you, putting you in your sippy cup. And you better come and get some of this spring water, this living water right here. What else they doing? They caught the shooter of the guy, but Trump was he was standing stiffly on bringing back the death penalty. Time will tell. Time gonna tell us if he's gonna still stick to it, because this is an Edomite we're dealing with. See, because when this first happened, they just had it. They just knew that it was either black or brown, so-called. So they had the death penalty in place. They had their anger already ready. They had their false accusations already ready. But then it came out that it was one of them. And the sentiment of the whole Edomite nation was felt through the governor of Utah's comments. That told it all. I prayed for 33 hours that he wasn't one of us. What about praying for 33 hours for the family? Or that the violence stops? Or that we find this killer regardless of what nation he's from? But no, your hatred, your prejudice kicked in, overrode all that shit. What you wanted from the Lord the most was the shooter to be one of us, a black or brown. And the Lord laughed in your face. Because you said you prayed for 33 hours. That's a satanic number right there in itself.
Yeah,
33.
Around like
yeah. 33 hours. You praying to our God for the ability to be able to lie on us. Are you insane?
Them curses are hitting them. You know, you're having a lot of that white on white crime. I think 5 police officers got shot. And 3 got killed. And they took a long time to put out their identity of who was behind it.
You
but
know,
when it's a Jake, they gonna put you right on the cover of the news, man.
Front page.
And if it's an Edomite, they gonna dance around who it is for a minute.
They ain't gonna say what nation he's from. They ain't gonna say a white man, but they'll say a black man real quick, and they will put emphasis on that word black.
Yep.
But if it's an Edomite shooter, they gonna be very, very careful with their words, because words are spells. Spells leave impressions on you. Just like that's why they emphasize the word black. That negative emphasis is left on you, and it influences how you think about us. That's how spells work. But see, Esau is very crafty with his spells when it comes to describing his own people.
Yep.
Because he's careful not to put them in the same box as us, that he put us in as being criminal, evil, wicked, all this stuff. When the proof of the pudding is, the truth of the matter is, y'all ignoring the elephant in the room. I just did a video on this. White domestic terrorists. Because y'all want to paint us as being the face of American terrorism so bad. But look at the numbers. Look at the history of the nation of Edom. This nation has always suffered from white domestic terrorism. And yes, that's what it is by definition. Domestic terrorism. Anybody who just wake up one morning and decide they want to go shoot up a preschool, he said he wanted to kill 20 black toddlers for no reason. That's the very definition of terrorism. But yet Esau quick to call everybody else a terrorist without looking himself in the mirror. Everybody else a terrorist on the face of the planet. Whoever don't want to do Esau's will is a terrorist. And how does he award that? He brings terrorism to their front door. But they're the terrorists, though. He takes the fight to them because they don't want to do his will. First he labels them a terrorist, and then he does terrorist acts against them. So who's the terrorist? Esau. I don't care about your comments on your comment board. Truth hurts, say ouch, goddammit. I don't care. The truth gonna be told today. How you process truth, I don't give a fuck. But it's gonna be told.
It's not for you anyway. You know, you just keep it moving, you know? And we ain't here to beg nobody to believe anything.
And we ain't here to stroke your ego.
We just here to deliver this message and to keep it moving. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
And if your little fragile ass ego can't take the truth, go cry in the shower like the rest of them. The truth train ain't stopping just because you got a problem with truth. Maybe you need to go to the mirror and go lie to yourself some more. Make yourself feel better. Tell yourself you're a decent human being. Tell yourself that you're righteous, you're clean and wholesome. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Or go steal some money. Go rape a child. Do what Edomites do, shit, to make yourself feel better. I don't give a fuck. But that truth is going to be told today on this platform, whether you want to hear it or not. Don't watch the video. I don't care. Part of a prophet's job is to offend. Because everybody's not going to like the truth. If you want a feel-good message, you take your ass to church. That's part of a prophet's job, is to offend. And I do it with great pleasure. Because y'all take great pleasure in dogging us out. So guess what? I take great pleasure in pronouncing your judgment to you. You will be going into captivity for 1,000 years if you survive this nuclear lake of fire.
I got 2 Corinthians 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of power deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience and the sight of power. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, and whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe it not, lest the lights of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of power, shall shine unto them. So the most Yahweh got y'all in that trick bag, man. And we've been given this ministry, and we're going to continue to push forward, man. No matter how you feel about it, you want to get in your feelings, hey, so what?
Oh, well, guess what?
The Lord is not a respecter of persons, man, and neither are we.
Nope. Just because you're in your feelings, guess what? Prophecy is still going to happen. Just because you're in your feelings, guess what? Judgment's still coming. So it don't matter. Your feelings don't matter. Our feelings don't matter. The only thing that matters is prophecy and what's about to happen to this whole planet. So if you can decide yourself for a minute and look at the big picture and come out your little girly feelings, maybe you'll understand that this has to take place. If not, Esau gonna kill everybody and everything on this planet. This has to happen. This is the only way Israelites will be saved. If not, Esau gonna kill all the Israelites because he wants to be able to say that we were never here. He wants to be able to say that he was the Israelites the whole time, just like he been whitewashing history up to this point right now. But our existence, the fact that we still walking this earth, that puts holes in his story. That brings contradiction. That brings doubt. So now he tired of pretending. He just want to wipe everybody out. And that sentiment shows, just like that anchor man who's going through persecution right now because he suggested that the government should basically murder the homeless. And that's the general Edomite sentiment right now, because you people don't have empathy. That's what makes you unfit to rule. You think death is the answer to everything.
Yeah, violence covers them like a garment, man.
Exactly.
This is, Psalm 73:6. Therefore pride compassed them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. They eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt and they speak wickedly. Concerning oppression, they speak lawfully. You see that? Though he think you want to kill those, they just want to kill poor people for no reason.
No, he wants to murder
He just
poor
want to
people.
murder these people, man. It says they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walking throughout the earth, man. Those lies that the brother was talking about, all those lies that go out through this earth that you people believe, comes from Esau, that false wine, them philosophies, that bullshit that he pushes out in the earth, that a lot of y'all willingly drink instead of see what the ingredients is in that goddamn drink, man.
Right.
You will not see, you will not go look at, let me see what the ingredients is on this. You gotta be more diligent, man.
Yo, stop being so lazy and stop being so quick to take everything you hear at face value. This is not the case with this devil. If that was the case, he would have came out and told you he was the devil a long time ago. I know that's what a lot of y'all waiting on. That's why you don't believe us, because you waiting on the devil to admit that he's the devil. And then maybe you'll believe him, right? The devil doesn't work that way. He don't move like that. He just does devilish shit and hope that you don't know that he's the devil. I got these scriptures right here. This is Isaiah chapter 59. And this is Edom right here. I mean, this is talking about the Israelites, but you can easily apply, this is talking about the 2/3 Israelites, you can easily apply this to Esau. Because the name of this section is separation from the Lord. Now, you can't be separated from the Lord if you were never a part of the Lord. These other nations were never a part of the Lord. That's why this section is called separation from God, or separation from Yahweh. For your hands are defiled with blood and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue have muttered perverseness. None calling for justice, nor any pleading for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. Verse 6. Their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not. Right there, that makes you unfit to rule. And there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. That's why these other nations backing off from any business dealings with the United States. Because any nation that deals with the United States on a business level ends up regretting it, because the United States always has a track record of fucking over people. And now these other nations are doing it to them. You got 30 plus nations in agreement to not deliver goods to the United States.
Like one of the brothers said in the video, a lot of people gonna be in that bread line. All you people that's like, especially you, Jake. I'm only talking to you, Jake's fucking heathens. All you cats that forgot where you came from. You know, social media. A brother can't eat a hot dog without it being some sexual shit. It's a glizzy. You eating this and you're putting the hot dog all in your throat. Y'all take everything and y'all homosexualize it or make it sexual, man. You know, y'all forgot where you came from. You can't even eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich now without somebody judging you for that. But y'all finna be all on that evenly playing field real soon. You're gonna have to resort to some damn Vienna sausage. You're gonna have to go get you some crackers. You're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to get you some turkey spam or something. Because that stuff right there that y'all condemn right now, y'all gonna wish y'all had it in the day of the Lord's wrath.
Yeah, the Lord knows how to humble you. He knows where to hit you, how to hit you, when to hit you, to humble you. And see, the fact that y'all like to sexualize everything, That's the mark of the beast right there, 666. That's the same mark that's on Esau. Look at how Esau sexualized everything. And those sixes, man, beast, sex. So that's why he sexualizes everything. He sexualizes the cartoons. He sexualized the children, making 3- and 4-year-olds wear makeup. Why? Their skin is flawless.
They call it cosplay.
Exactly. A 3-year-old has no reason to put on makeup. Their skin is flawless. What are you covering? Y'all don't think about that though.
That's why Esau made it to where, like, in the media, when you had all these loudmouth women out here trying to live their dreams through their daughters, and they have all these cheerleader and dance competitions on media, they having these makeup and short skirts and
that's what I'm talking about.
Shorts and all of that. That's because Esau permitted that to go out. Because remember, he controls that. Them small headers control that shit.
Yeah, he sexualizes everything. That's what 666. Man be sex. He gonna put a sexual connotation on everything. Because this man goofy like that. He's base like that. Israelites don't do that. We're not base men. We see beyond what our eyes show us. Through spiritual discernment. We see way more than our eyes show us. Matter of fact, the more you try to hide your iniquity, the more it's highlighted to us. So that's why the Lord gave us spiritual discernment, to see beyond the physical, to look deep within to see what's really there. That's why we know an Edomite when we see one. Not based on your appearance neither.
Just know the spirit.
That spirit that's in you. Just like when them dudes, what church they was from? The Mormons that came down on the waterfront.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't call them Edomites when they first walked up, but we damn sure called them Edomites when they left, because they had the spirit of Edomites and they showed it and it came out. Matter of fact, we didn't even have to look for it, because when we cut them with the scriptures, that's when Edom showed his face, calling us the KKK.
You can't say what a man is till you feel the spirit.
Exactly.
I actually got that, bro. This is 1 Corinthians 2:11. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of a man which is in him? Even so, the things of power knoweth no man, but the spirit of power. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of God, that we know that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teach, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of power, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned, man.
Bam.
You see, and that's plain upon tape. You know, you have to talk to a man, see how he moves, and then you can indicate what his spirit is like. You know, it's easy to discern these people out here. You just pay attention. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
You close that mouth and listen double, man.
And most of them come in the same spirit anyway. Either a 2/3 or a heathen nation. That's why spiritual discernment was not given to the heathen nation, because these are natural men. Israelites are not natural men. We are spiritual men. The Lord was a spiritual man. But you are the heathen nations. In comparison to the men of Israel, y'all are like children, because that's how you behave. You're quick to get in your feelings. You're quick to throw tantrums. You're quick to lie, which is a very childish characteristic. You got old ass Edomite men, 79 years old, orange as fuck, still lying. That's a very childish characteristic. We got our asses beat when we were children for lying. Obviously he did. I mean, you can't beat iniquity out of an Edomite, no way. You can't, because they was born with it. Says Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. That scripture tells you right there, these people are born liars. You can't beat that out of them. So the Lord just gonna get rid of them.
And that goes to show how your president feel about you. Because when you lie to someone, you hate them.
Exactly.
When you lie to someone, you hate them, man. And all these Edomites do. And Congress, Republicans, Democrats, whatever you want to call them. They spewing out lies. Yep. Which means they don't care nothing about you people, man.
Think about it. Would you lie to somebody you respect? Would you lie to somebody that you love? Well, in Babylon, that's a given. People lie to people they love every day.
That's their God-given right to them.
Yeah. But would you lie to somebody that you respect? That's the key word. Because love, that word is so tossed around loosely in Babylon, it holds no weight. But respect, would you lie to somebody that you respect? No, you wouldn't. Because you'll think about the disappointment they're going to have towards you when they find out that you lied to them. You ain't willing to risk that with somebody that you respect. But somebody that doesn't respect anybody, that really hates them, they'll lie like that, like it ain't shit. Because they don't care about how you feel after the fact you found out that you lied, they lied to you. They don't care. They don't care. They don't look down the road. They don't take that into consideration. So this man, if he lying to you, he hates you. And that's a scripture. Hold up.
I got something for you while you go.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 12 and 19. Salaki. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is for but a moment. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. And that's what you see with these Edomites, man. Mm-hmm. They constantly filled with mischief. Every time you cut on that TV, it's more and more mischief coming from these Edomites, and more now than ever. These people thrive on mischief. Yep. They can't sleep without mischief, man.
Oh, let's go to John.
Until y'all remember that, Esau gonna keep his foot in your ass, man.
This is another characteristic of Esau. This is John chapter 8, verse 44. And this is the red letter, Lord Yahushua speaking. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Now that little part where it says, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, that is called projection. When he accused you of doing some shit that he knows you're not doing, it's because he's doing it. And he's projecting his sins on you. Prime example, when he said the biggest crime area is in Chicago, no, it wasn't in Chicago. It's in DC. And I ain't talking about the District of Columbia. I'm talking about 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the White House. That's where the most crime is taking place at. But instead, he don't say that. He says Chicago. Okay, if it was so bad in Chicago, why you pulled out? Because it was a lie from the jump. That's usually when liars pull out, because they know it's a lie from the jump. Just like when ICE was chasing his man after shooting at his car. He had his whole family in the car. So after they started shooting his car up, he mashed out and went home. Nobody got hit, but they followed him to his house. And they told him to come outside. He refused. They eventually left. Why did they leave? Because they were not justified to be there in the first place. See that? Esau ain't shit. He makes, breaks, bends, and ignores his own laws at will. So let me ask you this. If he has the ability to do all that, Are the laws real? No, they're not. The laws are not real. If the laws were real, everybody would be held to the same laws. For example, Chinese man, so-called black man, so-called white man commit the same crime. Why are they getting different judgments? If the law is real. The law is up to Esau's discretion. Just like he can give a pedophile probation for 10 years. But he'll send a so-called black man to jail for 40 years for stealing something to feed his family. But a pedophile, and usually when the pedophile gets slapped on the wrist, it's because the judge is a pedophile too. Y'all better start looking with more than your eyes and start listening with more than your ears and stop taking everything you see and hear at face value. Because these Edomites in these courtrooms are not judges. These are Edomites with black robes. Why do you think all these judges getting caught up in all this shit? Because they're not judges. We are the judges. Job chapter 9 verse 24. The earth was given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. Yeah, he did that.
Renaissance.
Iconoclasm.
Yep. This is Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And that's the big payback that's coming. This place is going out by ICBM missiles, but before that happened, that rights got to come out, civil unrest got to take place, Jacob's trouble is going to take place, several things that's got to take place, but it's coming. And it can't come any quicker, boy. Yep. Everything's jumping off these pages, man. Everything.
And the war got to go full-blown nuclear. Yep. It ain't went full-blown nuke yet. So, I mean, it can't, because this prophecy's got to take place before that, before Babylon gets destroyed.
It's still daytime right now. You know how the so-called 4th of July come around, and you got people busting fireworks off. They busting off those little fireworks. That's what's going on right now. They're shooting off them little fireworks and hitting with regular missiles. And then when the nighttime comes, they boom boom. They bring out the big shit. That arsenal. And the day of the Lord is going to be darkness and not light, body. I'm telling you that right now.
That's why we telling y'all, man. Y'all better use this time wisely. All these people on the comment board scoffing and mocking and talking their shit, you're not using your time wisely. Because if you were using your time wisely, you would be getting on the Lord's good side. Not getting on the Lord's bad side by mocking and scoffing his prophets. So if you were smart, scoffers and mockers aren't smart. You know, I said it'd be facetious. But if you were smart, you would use this time to get on the Lord's good side, especially if you're an Israelite. But instead, you intelligent ass scoffers and mockers choose to dig your hole deeper. That's smart.
And you gonna pay for it, man. This is Matthew 12:36. This is Yahushua speaking as well. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, you're on the comment boards, you're talking shit, you're putting the target on your back, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. So you're going to meet the maker. He's going to put something on your ass.
Yep.
And it's not going to be pretty, man. Because the Lord loves judgment. Anybody can get it, man.
Yep. But see, y'all, you intelligent mockers and scoffers out there, I'm sure y'all know this, right? I mean, us telling you this is like a refresher course. You already knew that, right? You already knew that the Lord was going to put a foot in your ass for talking shit. I'm sure you knew that, right? Because you're smart. You're smart scoffers and mockers.
You better be smart. Because that pride that's in y'all hearts, and I mean your mind out there, y'all really think that y'all getting away with some stuff, man. Thinking that you can just say what you want to say, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai recording that in the heavens. You don't think the angels pulling up and hearing people murmuring in their mind, talking shit, and they coming out, spitting bullshit out their mouth? You don't think the angels is recording that and giving it back to the Father?
And then they wonder why a person they call innocent get judged, get jacked up out the blue, because he was probably scoffing and mocking under his tongue. We know how you Edomites get.
Probably was doing it in the past life too.
Yeah, we know how y'all Edomites get down. You get around, you wait until you get around other races, so you're comfortable in spewing racist jokes and lies. We know how y'all get down. But you see, that's the difference between us and y'all. Y'all wait till y'all comfortable around the company of other races. We bold enough to say it to your goddamn face. That's the difference between a man and a coward. So yeah, you can scoff, you little keyboard warriors. Yeah, y'all tough as hell behind that keyboard. We out here on the street. We don't hide behind keyboards. Because if you was here standing in front of us, you'll get the same shit. We don't care. The Lord did not give us a spirit of fear. So, but I can tell you who do got the spirit of fear, you scoffers and you mockers. Because if you wasn't scared, why are you watching our videos? If you didn't believe, which we know you don't believe, well, you believe out of fear. But in essence, you don't want to believe because you don't want us to be right. Because you don't want to face that judgment. Lucky for us, it ain't up to you. It's up to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And he's going to bring forth judgment on your scoffing, mocking ass.
Oh, that's just the way it's going to be, man. Ain't no way in and out of it. The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, like I said before, he's too high to get over and too low to get under, man. And you're going to be stuck in the middle when you have to face him, running your mouth, scoffing, talking mess, blasphemy, all of that y'all talking. You're going to have to pay for it, man.
Playing with your own blood. You ain't playing with ours.
Y'all sitting up here drinking all this false wine from these pastors thinking that God is just love, 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 love.
He finna show you some love. He finna show you the love that you always needed. An ass whooping. Tough love. And you might not survive the Lord's tough love. While you're scoffing.
Drinking that strong wine of Babylon and these false prophets out here. This is Isaiah 2:87. But they also have erred through wine and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment, man. And that's why y'all have no discernment. Y'all can't see nothing for what it really is because y'all drunk, man, off the wine of Babylon. It's got y'all, this is a major stumbling block for a lot of people, man. That's why it's a good thing to be on this side, man. Because we see it. The brothers at Great Millstone, elders and apostles on down, man, they see it. You know, them the men that taught us. They see it, and that's who we learn from. The Most High allowed us to come across them brothers, and we were also taught and still learning. You know? So this is a beautiful thing to be on this side. Instead of being a part of the world, when we see that it's about to fall, this side is about to perish, man. This side is about to perish, and y'all still joking. Out here at the Larger Than Life concert.
Why? What are you celebrating? So y'all got to come out of Babylon, man, because all y'all got from Babylon is how to murph it up and ignore reality.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all y'all learn. In church, y'all learn how to lie. You learn pride in church because you're too private to admit when you're wrong. You learn so much stuff that the Lord hates in church, you don't even realize it. You learn how to lie. You learn how to twist scriptures. You learn how to finesse. You learn how to deceive. You learn how to take the Lord's scriptures out of context and twist them to your evil will. And you learn pride. You learn all these things in church. You learn how to shuck and jive. You learn how to go broke. You learn how to talk yourself into believing lies. These are the things you learn in church. You don't learn nothing out of this book except for John 3:16, and it's taken out of context.
And you pastors, y'all shedding innocent blood in that church, man, even though you're not knowing it. You shedding blood spiritually, lying to these people. Because those lies gonna get them put to death.
Yeah.
And you.
Told y'all cheese and rice gonna get a lot of y'all killed. Because y'all putting y'all faith in an idol who cannot save. Yeah. And then that's when you find, right before you get judged, you're gonna realize you done messed up. Because that nuclear fire gonna give you understanding. And you gonna understand that you messed up and they was right the whole time. So yeah, you learn a lot of things in church that the Lord is not in agreement with. But at the same time, you're delusional enough to think that the Lord is just going to forgive anything and everything you do. If that was the case, we wouldn't be in captivity. If the Lord just forgave any and everything we did, we wouldn't be in captivity right now would it?
I got Proverbs 6:16. These 16 doeth the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai hate. Yea, 7 are abomination unto him. A proud look. Christians be at church with that proud look, with them little fruit baskets on your head, you Eves.
Like your shit
them
don't
take
stink.
Me to the king wigs. Y'all be wearing that shit. A lying tongue, the pastors be in there lying through their teeth.
And y'all
telling
repeat
you
it.
everybody can be saved. Hands that shed innocent blood. You shedding innocent blood spiritually because you lying to these people. And that's going to lead them to death with those lies that you're spewing out. And heart that deviseth evil, wicked imaginations. Feet that swift running to do mischief. A false witness that speaketh lies. And he that soweth discord among brethren. And you preachers that be in there and land with other men's women.
Yep. That's one way they call division. Another way they call division is they up in their church telling the congregation that we out here lying and he telling the truth.
Yep.
That's bringing division. When the truth is the exact opposite. He in there lying, but we out here telling the truth in reality. But he gonna flip it. And you also learn how to be subtle devils. Because devil means deceiver. So if you can convince somebody on the street to believe your false doctrine, you had to lie.
Yep. And it's crazy because these churches, like, when you go into them and they say that you lying and they tell them the truth, they just giving too much power to the white man because we didn't go to none of them seminary schools and none of that to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Most High Yahweh has blessed us with. Y'all basically shooting yourself in the foot saying, hey, anything is possible with the Lord. Because if anything is possible with the Lord, then regular men on the streets can get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and come out here and preach it.
See, they trying to put the Lord in a box. You can't put the Lord in a box. The Lord does not follow the laws of physics or any other law. He created laws. He created time. He created space. So how you going to put the Lord in a box? Telling us what the Lord is capable of and incapable of. The Lord can do whatever he want to do.
Man.
If he want to take somebody from the bottom or underdog and put him over these other preachers from these cemetery schools, then he can do that. And make them look like shit, he can do that. So you can't put the Lord in the box. Don't tell us what the Lord can and can't do.
We really stand on that anything is possible with the Lord, man, because he can do whatever he wants out here, man. Do whatever he wants. It's you down, you walking pots of clay out here that think that you can tell the maker what he can and can't do. Man, quit playing, bro.
Exactly. If he can take two normal ass jakes like us and give us all this knowledge without going to no school, just listening to our teachers,
Yeah.
Don't tell me what the Lord can and can't do. If he can take two jakes like us and give us a platform and make us and have us shut down ministers, preachers, pastors, rabbis, just with this one book, don't tell me the Lord can't do whatever he wants to do.
Exactly.
Because at first, we weren't in the truth like that. We came into the truth about 7 years ago. But we've been studying up to this point.
Oh.
So if the Lord put the spirit on you to fulfill his will, you gonna do it.
That's how you know there's no free will.
Exactly.
That's exactly how you know there's no free will, but y'all all live on that. It's free will, all right? That free will finna get your ass put in the dirt real soon.
Yeah, don't tell me the Lord can't do what he do. Shit, I was rapping. I would never thought I'd be out here teaching the word. So don't tell me what the Lord can't do. But I can tell you what the Lord can do. He can destroy you scoffers and mockers, which he's about to do. Y'all don't get y'all mind right, especially if you're an Israelite. Exactly. Because guess what? If you're an Israelite, mocking and scoffing is not going to benefit you. You need to be worried about how to get out of here alive. This is what we're trying to give you. This is what we're trying to teach you. So do us a favor. If you want to get out of here alive, get out your feelings, man, and grow up. Become an Israelite man and put off that old shit.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you gonna die. This is Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Y'all don't think this thing is gonna hit the fan soon? You keep that same energy. When you start to see shit hit the fan, and then you're gonna try to come out here and seek the brothers on the highway hedges. And I mean that start with the elders and apostles on down of Great Millstone. But the great men, tongue gonna cleave to the root of their mouth, and it ain't gonna be no more reproofing, man. It's gonna be all action at that point.
It ain't gonna be no talking. You ain't gonna be able to gaslight and finesse your way out of getting destroyed by the Lord. You can't talk your way out of not getting judged by the Lord. It ain't gonna be no talking. It's just gonna be judgment. Just like that movie, The War of the Worlds. When that thing came about the ground and blew that trumpet, it wasn't no talking. It was just running in judgment.
That's a foreshadowing of what's to come.
Yeah.
Because that trumpet will be sounded.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, over the past, I want to say 10 years, it's been videos all over the internet of trumpets being blown in the skies. In certain areas, you hear trumpets blown.
And then nobody know where the sound came from.
Honestly, I think I told the brothers this a couple of years back.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
That's when I actually found the truth. It was a day that me and my rib, we was asleep. We was off work that day, and we were both asleep. And we both heard a trumpet. I'm not lying to you. We both heard a trumpet. We sat up at the same time and looked at each other like, did you hear a trumpet? After that, shortly after we got dressed to go do some running around, it was Israelites directly in front of our house.
Wow.
Directly. Directly. It wasn't GMS yet. It was some brothers at TTIC. They do camp here too. But eventually I ran into some other brothers that we taught with. Those are still my brothers. I love them brothers. They still doing the work real nice out here. I ran into them brothers, me and this brother, and then we started teaching with them, and then we broke off and we started doing camp, and they still do camp. So we pretty much just got 2 camps here in Kentucky, or 3, with TTIC, but they still preach Christ. We don't, you know? So, hey, that's how that happened. That's how, when I realized this thing was serious, and then I started looking at videos even more from that point.
Yeah.
But that was when I woke up to the truth. I heard that trumpet. I seen them brothers, and shortly after, I seen IUIC, and then I came across GMS, and that's who I stuck with. The Spirit of the Lord came on me to stick with GMS and listen to the elders and apostles on down, and that's what I did. That's what this brother did. And here we are, out here, preaching.
I mean, it was all the Lord's will.
That's it.
That the camp get split up, that it be 2 camps in Louisville instead of 1. I mean, I did everything I could do to avoid it, but obviously this is Lord's will. So,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, it was ugly how it went down, but it was the Lord's will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we passed that, you know, we ain't getting back on that for real.
Mm-hmm.
We just hope them brothers, you know, continue doing the work, keep the faith, you know.
Yes, sir. So,
I don't wish them brothers no ill will or nothing. It's a personal choice to not deal with people who choose to lie and slander, because lies and slanderers get people killed, you know. So I hope they learn from that. It's a very hard lesson to learn, but you don't lie and slander people freely like that, man, because it's very damaging to a person's rapport, especially when the people that's being lied on and slandered are sincere. So, you know, I don't wish them brothers no ill will, you know. Hopefully they learn from this. I hope they sincere about their apology or whatever, but a personal policy of mine, I can't rock with liars and slanderers, man. Because it's dangerous.
Well, we're gonna close out on that, y'all. Unless you got something else, bro.
No, I'm good. But the ending, I got a message I want to end with. The doors of mercy are closing, and all you mockers and scoffers out there, y'all at the fork in the road right now. Either you gonna get right or get left. That's what it's coming down to. If I was y'all, I would use this time once again to build your relationship and your faith with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord is not going to deliver somebody he doesn't know. That's the bottom line. Would you send one of your chariots to pick up a stranger? Or would you send a chariot just like the Lord quoted, this is my mother and father. These are my brothers, my family. Exactly. You want to build a relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, so you could be known amongst him as friends. That's what he called his prophets, friends. He ain't gonna send your chariot to pick up somebody that he does not consider a friend. Anybody who partakes in his father's word, that's his family. He ain't gonna send a chariot to scoop up somebody that's worshiping a false idol or teaching a false doctrine or mocking his friends, scoffing his friends. Y'all better get your mind right, because what? He's so crazy about the idea of the deportation, he just don't know he about to be deported from the planet. And ain't no paperwork gonna get you back in, because it's the Lord's will that you get the fuck out of here. We can end on that. You guys know?
And with that being said, brothers and sisters, I hope this was edifying, man. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
And until next time, Shalom, man, and CHAAZAQ GABAR.
Shalak Rayam, Gabar.
Yes, sir.